Hi, welcome. I'm Melanie from Embracing Love and Light. So this video has come about because of several comments, messages and discussions over the past 2 or 3 months on and around the subject of seeing your divine masculine separate to you and how seeing them as separate affects the journey. So I thought I would come on here today to just give you all some insight and clarification on this, because I know not only how confusing this journey can be, but also how you can get caught up in the story and lost in trying to work it out and make sense of it all. And a key aspect of this journey is accepting that your divine masculine is not separate to you, not at a soul level. And this can be extremely tricky for the divine feminine and a major stumbling block, if you like, and a recurring stumbling block as you move along the journey, because this concept and belief that your divine masculine is separate to you can really keep tripping you up from making any progress. So the reason you will be finding it hard to accept that your divine masculine is not separate to you is because you will be coming from the mind. And as we know, the mind is limited and sees everything in duality and therefore separate. So when you discover that you are a divine feminine and are on this journey, and that this other person is you at a soul level, and that you share the same soul with this person, and that it is only the physical body that is separate to you, your mind is not going to be having any of it. It's not going to easily believe or accept something that is seemingly totally bizarre and outrageous and it can't make sense of, because that is what the mind does. It has to make sense of something in order for it to believe it. It has to be able to understand something before it accepts it. And if the mind can't make sense of it, then it will either dismiss it and not believe it to be true or real, or it will fear it, be skeptical, dubious, and doubt it. Because up until your awakening, you will have only ever been aware of your mind and all the programming that comes with the mind, because you have effectively been disconnected from the truth. And so therefore you have forgotten the truth of who you are. This is why you can find it difficult to believe and understand that this is a spiritual awakening that you are having, and be accepting of the journey. And why you aren't going to easily understand or accept that this person, this other body that you have met, is at a soul level you. That your soul essence is in this other body, that you share an identical soul frequency, because you will be seeing them as separate to you and just be focused on the other body. However, what you will know is how you feel about them, how deep and overwhelming the love is you have for them, and that you can't explain it, which is why you want to label the connection or try and make it fit by believing it's a romance or a relationship. Because this is what the mind does. It can't just trust something without any proof. And of course, with the mind comes the ego. And if the mind can't understand something, the ego will be doing its best to convince you that what you are hearing and what you have discovered about this connection isn't true. And this causes you to doubt. Your ego, being fear-based, will want to try and control, which causes you to hold on to what you believe is a relationship, and what causes you to fear that you are losing them when they run. So what is important to remember is, when you are coming from the mind, everything that you are understanding about the connection is coming from an intellectual perspective of the limited mind and not from the soul. Or in other words, you may think you have a pretty good idea of what the connection is all about, and you may have from the perspective of the limited mind. However, it is only when you are in soul that it will resonate, where you will get that deep sense of inner knowing. It is completely different when you are experiencing the connection from your soul, as opposed to understanding the connection and journey from your mind. All the wanting to be with them, the yearning, the longing, the missing them, is all coming from the perspective of the mind, because you are seeing and believing that they are separate to you. You are not experiencing the connection with your divine masculine from your soul, where you know you are one. Your mind will feel the need to explain the connection in words, but your mind can't properly put into words and truly explain what this connection is, because language is limited coming from the mind. And so that's why when you are experiencing this connection from your soul, it's an inner knowing. No words are needed. This is why it's so crucial to connect with your soul. It is impossible to miss them when you are in soul, because you feel at one. You are never going to be able to experience this connection coming from the mind. You are never going to be able to truly resonate with the journey when you are trying to understand from the mind, as this is a spiritual journey. So you are only going to be able to accept the connection and the journey when you are in soul. So remember, whenever you are seeing them as separate to you, focusing on the physical form, wanting to be with them, meet up with them, speak to them, message them, any of that, it means the mind is involved. And this will only serve to hinder you making progress and will keep you stuck. Because it's only from your soul that you can truly experience this connection. It's there you realise that your divine masculine is you at a soul level, that you are not separate and there is nothing to long for or miss, that there is no one to wait for, because they are you and you are one. A key and essential part of inner union is accepting your divine masculine is not separate to you, that there is no other. There is only you on a soul level. And inner union is needed first so that physical union can follow. That is how the journey works. This whole journey is helping you to discover and remember the truth of who you are, that you and your divine masculine are the same one beautiful soul, so as to help you to find the wholeness, the peace and the love within that has always been there, but you have forgotten. So I'm going to finish up there today, but if you are ready to move forward and progress on your journey from wherever you are on the journey and are interested in having some coaching, I'm offering a free discovery call along with my one-to-one coaching, which is basically a taster session and to see if coaching is for you and if we are a good fit. But it's also a chance to ask any questions that you may have about the journey or your journey. So if that interests you, check out my services on my website. The link is below. Anyway, as always, many thanks for watching. Much love and blessed be.